There is a formula for doing all this stuff. I'm going to teach you that formula right now. This formula, by the way, is literally the most important thing you will ever learn in business. Can we leave the camera on the flip chart for me, please? Just keep it straight on that flip chart. Now, here's the thing. If I'm in business, back over here, guys, put the camera in here for me. Got it? Good. Leave it there. If I'm in business, I need to learn, do I need to learn to run the business or to grow the business? To grow. This formula is the most important formula for growing a business you will ever learn. So take brilliant notes. So leads is at the top. Leads, potential customers, prospects. Leads is multiplied by conversion. Conversion, the percentage of prospects that become customers. Your conversion rate. Leads by conversion equals customers. It's a very simple one. Leads by conversion equals number of customers, the total number of people you do business with. Customers is then multiplied by number of transactions. Number of transactions, that is repeat business. How often does a customer buy from you in a year? How often? Then multiply that by average sale. You know, some will spend 50, some will spend 5,000. What's the average spend when people come in and buy from you? So customers by number of transactions by average sale equals revenues. The total revenues, sales, total sales for the company, turnover, whatever you want to call it. Revenues is then multiplied by margins to give you profits. Revenues by margins equals profits. So this formula. Now, I've got 3 items up here written in red, highlighted in red. What are the 3? Call them out for me, please, everybody. Number 1 is customers. Number 2, revenues. Number 3, profits. Customers, revenues, and profits. Why have I got them highlighted in red, gang? How come? Call it out for me. Why? Most important? No. In fact, then, if I was to use the word important, I would say these 3 items are the least important numbers on the page. How come? Come on, this is simple. Why? What's the mathematical formula in front of all 3 of them? It's equals, isn't it? They are the result of these other 5 numbers. They're the result. But here's the problem. When the average business owner comes to talk with my coaches or myself, guess what they ask for? Brad, I need help to get more customers, or I need more revenues, or I need more profits. Owners of businesses are being trained to focus on the wrong things. You've been trained to focus in the wrong place, gang. I need you to focus on 5 things. Call them out for me. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And number 5. Margins. These 5 items are the most important 5 items you can work on in a business. As the owner of the business, this is what you should do all day, every day. This area. This is what my coaches and I will work with you on. Let's give you the simple example, okay? Why do I grow businesses faster than most people? Real simple. If I went into the average business, how many ways are they using to get more leads? How many strategies? 2 or 3, most businesses. To run a healthy business, you need 7 to 10. In Action Coach, all of my coaches, I've trained them all in 73 different strategies to generate leads for businesses. 73. Do you think we can grow a company faster than most people? Yes or no? Yeah. Conversion rate. I've trained all my coaches in 83 different ways to increase the conversion rate in a business. I've trained them in 68 ways to increase the repeat business, the number of transactions, how often a customer buys from you. I've trained them in 53 ways to increase the average sale. And I've trained them in 58 ways to increase the margins in a business. All up 282 strategies that you now have to learn. You've got to learn them. You've got to read them, play the game, work with the coach, get these strategies in place. Here's the thing. In fact, let's put some numbers on it. Let's do this. Let's put up some numbers into a business and start to understand how this stuff really works, okay? I'm going to do a fictitious business up here, so keep the camera up here for me, guys. Now, in this business, it's a simple business. I'm going to give you the numbers. What is your first job when you start working with a coach? To learn your numbers. What are your numbers? Where are you at now? Because once we know your numbers, then we can increase your numbers. Until we know them, we can't increase them. So, simple little business. Let's pretend it had 4,000 leads last year. 4,000 potential customers, okay? So just write these numbers down. Leave a second column. We're going to write a second column here. I want to put the other numbers down too. Conversion rate. Let's pretend you sold to 25% of them, okay? 1 in 4. So 4,000 times 25% equals 1,000 customers in this little business. Then we're going to look at your repeat business, your number of transactions. In this case, let's do a simple, let's make it only 2, okay? Some people bought from you once, never ever came back. But on average, people bought from you twice a year. Some bought 10 times a year. Average sale, let's do easy math. Let's just make it 100 in there so it's easy for us. So this little business has 200,000 in revenue, okay? 1,000 customers buying from you twice a year, 2,000 transactions, times $100 a piece, that gives you 200,000 in total business. So margins, I'll make it 25% just to make the math easy. So that gives us 50,000 in take-home revenue for this little business. So we've got a small business, we're growing this business. How many areas do we need to work on? Pretty simple. We've got to work on 5 areas: leads, conversion, transactions, average sale, and margins. Now, when I go in to grow the normal business, we're not going to try and double these numbers or quadruple them or even do 50% better. If I doubled the number of leads into your business, what would happen for the average business? They couldn't handle them. They just couldn't handle the increase in number of leads. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Like in Alan's business, when we changed his advertisement, first week we ran the advertisement, 587 people came into his store to get a free eclair. 16 out of 17 bought other stuff, but he couldn't handle that many people in his business. It was too many people for him to handle. We had to run smaller advertisements, okay? So, in this case, we're going to look at improving your leads. Do you think if you read all the books, played the game, worked with my coaches, and learned not all 73 strategies, but 5 or 6 more ways to get leads into your business, do you think there's a chance we could improve the leads in your business by not double or anything, but just 10% better in the next 12 months? Would that be fair? Yes or no? Could everybody do 10%? In fact, if I wanted to do 10% better for most of you, all we would have to do is not new strategies, just tweak or fix the strategies you're working on now. So in this case, 10% improvement goes 4,000 becomes 4,400. Simple improvement. Then we work on your conversion rate. Now, conversion rate is an interesting one. Most businesses, in fact, how many of you would like to increase your conversion rate by 10% better in the next 2 weeks? In other words, you're selling to 10% more people 2 weeks from now. Who'd like to be doing that? Say yeah. Okay, here's all you have to do. It's a very simple thing. If you do just this, it will work. Measure the conversion rate. Measure it. See, if your conversion rate right now is 20%, in 2 weeks, it'll be 22 just by measuring. By the way, if you think your conversion rate is really good, like you don't measure it, but you think, oh, at a guess, I think we sell 70% of people that call us. If you guess 70%, halve that, and that's closer to what it is. Whatever your guess is, it's about half that. That's my experience after having done this 17 years. Okay? I had one guy who came to me, big electrician business, a lot of electricians all out working. He thought his conversion rate was 60 or 70%. After testing and measuring for 2 weeks, guess what we found out it was? 17%. He was not happy. Why was he not happy? Because he was spending $80,000 a week advertising. That means $60,000 a week was just thrown away. They were calling, but his people weren't making the sales. Okay? So when we work on conversion rate with you, we're going to train your salespeople, we're going to script it, we're going to do a whole bunch of things to help you build your conversion rate. So if we do all that, we aim at 10% better, not 100%. We don't want to do stupid, crazy, massive growth, although we could probably do that with a lot of you. In this case, we go from 25 to 27.5, 10% better conversion rate. So now I've already done the math. 4,400 times 27.5 gives you 1,210 customers. Then we're going to work on the repeat business, the number of transactions. Actually, let me ask, how many of you do actually, just back on conversion rate, how many of you right now do measure your conversion rate? Like you know what your conversion rate is down to a percentage. Hands up, let me just see. Excellent, about 20 of you. The rest of you, start running laps. Measuring, you should be excited right now. Okay? If you measure it, you will get 10% better. That's 10% more money in your pocket. Hang on. I've just told you how to make 10% more and you're not excited. What's going on with you people? Do you want like 20%? Is that what you want? Okay? Start with 10. Don't get greedy. So, repeat business, number of transactions. Raise your hand if you have a database. That is a list of all of your past customers, their names, addresses, and so on. Raise your hands up. Let me see. Excellent. About half of you. Keep them up then. Keep them up. Everyone keep them up for a sec. Keep it up if you write back to them and ask them to buy more. You send them letters or cards, ask them to buy more stuff. Keep your hand up. If you do it at least every 90 days, every 3 months, at least every 90 days, keep it up. Excellent. About 20 of you doing a great job. Well done. Congratulations. The rest of you, run laps. Okay? How many of you, if you are not, you've just spent all this money buying the customer. Doesn't it make sense to write back to them and ask them to buy more? You know? It's great. How many of you have ever had a customer say to you, oh, I didn't know you sold those, or I didn't know you did that, or I didn't know you could do that for us? How many of you have ever had a customer say that? Let me see. Do you know how much money you're leaving on the table by not writing back to them and asking them to buy more? Who is your best prospect? Someone that already bought from you. Stop trying to just keep getting new business and start doing the thing of getting repeat business. Write back to them more. I had a friend of mine who owned a restaurant. His restaurant was good on Friday and Saturday, always busy, but Monday through Thursday, never busy. Do you know how he doubled his business? He just started texting his past customers to come back in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Gave them a good deal to come in during the week. Doubled his business. What are you doing to get your past customers back? In fact, where was I? I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and a guy raised his hand. He says, but Mr. Sugars, I can't possibly get more repeat business. I said, why not, sir? He says, I run a funeral business. Sometime, you know, but I coached him. I said, hang on, who's the customer, the dead person or the family? He said, the family. I said, good, they'll die. Keep in touch. You know? So 2 becomes 2.2. Not double it, not quadruple, but 2. In fact, for most of you, if you want a 10% increase in repeat business, all you will have to do is send thank you cards. Most of you, just send thank you cards, you'll get a lot more repeat business. Okay? Simple as that. Then we work on your average sale. The average spend when someone comes to your business or when you go to sell to them. Again, raise your hand if you measure your average sale. You know what it is down to the last peso. Who knows? Hands right up. Excellent for 20 or 30 of you. The rest of you, run laps. If you measure see, same as conversion rate. If you measure average sale in 2 weeks, it'll be 10% better. Hang on, I just made you 10% more. Should you be smiling right now? All you got to do is measure it for 2 weeks and you'll make 10% better. Okay, just do that. It's a simple. In fact, how many of you would be liking to have 10% better average sale tomorrow morning? Like your sales go up by 10% starting tomorrow morning. Who'd like that one? Say yeah. Okay, good. Write this down word for word. Okay, get it? Write it down word for word. raise all prices by 10%. Am I serious? Am I serious? Yes, 100% serious. Who in the room has done that recently? You raised your prices 10% or something like that across the board. Who's done it recently? Hands up. Let me see. Just keep your hands up. I'm going to ask you what happened. What happened when you did it? More sales. What happened? More sales. What happened? What happened? What happened? More sales. Do you know who the most scared person in the world to raise the prices is in any business? The owner. If you haven't raised your prices in the last year, tomorrow morning, 10% increase across the board, go. 95% of your customers will never even notice. They won't. The 5% that complain are the same 5% that complain now. It doesn't matter what you do, they'll complain. Okay? The point is, business is about profit. Now, again, we have 60-odd strategies to improve your average sale. Tonight, I've just talked about a couple of the simple ones. What we might have to do is work on some more complex strategies for some of you. But if we work on it for a year and we improve your average sale, in this case, we go to 110. You know, McDonald's taught you how to improve average sale. You go in, you order a burger. What do they say? Would you like fries with that? Or can I supersize it? Or, you know, and here's the thing. What's your question? Where are you making that? I worked with a group of attorneys, teaching them sales, okay? It's really, really interesting. I say to them all, what's your would you like fries with that question? You know, and it was real simple. I taught these attorneys to ask everyone, by the way, does your will need updating? Most people either don't have a will or their will they have is out of date. You know, one group of attorneys took me seriously. They made $8 million a year from that silly little question, by the way, does your will need updating? What's your question? You know, how do you improve your average sale every time you get a customer in? So average sale goes up to 110. So of course what we've done here is we've increased sales by 10%, haven't we? Haven't we? Yes or no? No. It's actually 46% increase. It's 10% times 10% times 10% times 10%. 46% increase in sales. It's now $292,820. $292,820. Now, where are my accountants in the room again? Accountants, if we've increased the sales by 46%, has the profitability of this company risen quite dramatically, yes or no? Of course it has. But let's just pretend it's only 10% better, 27.5%. So our take-home profit in this business is now $80,525.50. That's a 61% increase in the bottom line. Who in the room would like a 61% increase in your bottom line in the next 12 months? Who'd like that? Say yeah. In fact, who would like to just have a bottom line in the next 12 months? Where are those people? Okay? The point behind it is what you've learned here is how to grow a business, any business, time after time after time. Now, for me, I'm actually going to teach you what happens when I buy a business. This is where you can get to 2, 3, 4 years of coaching and learning. Okay? When I buy a business, I don't go for 10% improvements. Why do we do 10% improvements in most businesses we coach? Because they can't handle faster growth. They don't have the cash flow or the skills to handle faster growth. 46% growth is a very good, strong growth for a company. We don't really want to push it much faster than that. Now, when I buy businesses, I don't buy a business where I can't do 100% growth in these 5 areas. I don't bother buying it. Now, when I do 100%, why can I do 100% where most people can't, by the way? Why? 2 reasons. Number 1, experience. I've done lots of it. Number 2, cash. I have the money to invest, to buy more customers, to build the business, to put the equipment in or hire the staff or whatever needs to be done to grow it real quick. So, in fact, I'll get you all to do the numbers with me. 4,000, when I double it, call out the number for me. What's 4,000 times 2? Everybody? 8,000. 8,000. 25% when I'm doubling it. What's it become? Everyone? Come on, everybody. What is it? 50. 1,000 when we're doubling. What is it? 2,000. No, it's 4. 8,000 times 50% equals. 2 becomes 4. Good. It's not a trick one this time. 100 becomes 200. So what does 200,000 become when we're doubling? Not 800, no. $1.6 million? No. $320,000? No. 3.2 million, correct. I think you better buy some books. This is the most important thing a business owner does. A business owner should not be doing the cutting hair or the whatever your business does. A business owner should be doing this. More leads, better conversion, more transactions, better average sale, more margins. That's the business owner's work. That's the owner's work, to build and grow the business, not to do the work in the business. Okay? Now, a lot of what we've looked at here is to do with marketing in this part. So, let's take a look at how we build a marketing campaign, because that's how we're going to get new customers. So, 3 steps. By the way, that is points 16 through 20. Each of those 5 ways. Leads is 16, 17 is conversion, so on. Down to 20 is margins. Point 20.